And Erin Moriarty joins us on set to talk more about the report. It's pretty scary stuff, Erin. And you also spoke to the man who stalked Ivanka Trump and Lenora Claire.
And I wasn't really expecting to. So this is a young man by the name of Justin Massler, and he stalks or targets over 100 people. And the police kept telling us, particularly in the Lenora Claire case, well, we want to serve him with a restraining order, but we can't find him. Because this is a guy who goes from city to city, state to state, California, Texas, Nevada, New York. But I just use the same tool he does. He has a number of different emails. I contacted him on that. I said, will you do a FaceTime interview with me? That way, a lot of people had said to us, we have no idea, how is he going to all these states? He collects disability. He's a guy who's really smart, and then he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and so that the intelligence is still there, but he has the delusions to go along with it.
Wow. So why are stalkers so difficult to track down, though?
Well, I mean, because now they can't. It used to be in the old days, a stalker was someone who came to your door.
Yeah.
Now the internet, they don't have to come to your door. You're letting them in. And here's another thing. It's stalking has changed. So yes, you're terrified about someone coming to your door and shooting you or going to your concert the way they did with Christina Grimmie. But in Lenora Claire's case, what he did was he threatened her boss. He can find out who her friends are. He threatened her boss, and she believes she lost her job because of that. She was a casting director. I could understand a boss saying, you know, I don't need this. If she's got a stalker who's threatening to kill me, maybe I don't need to use her.
Is there a distinction, Erin, to be made when police try to figure out if someone is stalking? One of the things I was asking you while we were watching your story is for people that may have a connection to the person, an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-wife.
That's the most common.
That is the most common.
That is the most common.
And how do police draw the distinction between somebody who just wants to, you know, who turns up at your place of business and says, hey, Erin, I want to talk, versus somebody who might actually...
It really has to be a pattern of conduct. It has to involve threats. One of the cases we highlight is a woman who had been in a relationship for 3 years. Then she got a restraining order, and he was supposed to stay 100 yards away from her, and he parked his car, lived outside her apartment 105 yards away from her. But what really got the police attention and when they started acting was he put two GPS trackers on her car. And so, although he didn't, you know, actually say, I'm going to kill you, that kind of pattern of behavior. And then he kept calling the police saying she was stalking him, but because he would go where she was because he knew exactly. And she kept going, how does he know when I go to Chinatown, when I go to this restaurant?
GPS.
Yeah.
That is unnerving. Erin Moriarty of 48 Hours, thank you so much.
Thank you, Erin.
And don't forget, you can see Erin's 2-hour report, Stalked, tomorrow night on 48 Hours. That begins at 9, 8 Central, only on CBS.